وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. We spoke about the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yesterday. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves increasing us in reward, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves forgiving us. We did some math yesterday, right? Today, the presentation is make some choice tonight. Are you gonna make wrong choice or right choice? I'm presenting the case. Make a choice. No.
ما فهمنا أي حاجة.
فنقول أنت مخير. You have to make a choice, and you are in a state of making a good choice or a bad choice tonight. Don't make the bad one. So what is the topic tonight? The topic tonight is as follows. We want to talk about the best sinner and the worst sinner. خير الخطائين وأسوأهم. A very big topic, right? Allah does not love sinning. Allah does not love sinning. Lakin, out of mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is so merciful to those who are repenting, those who are making tawbah. As Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون. Every Muslim knows the hadith. All sons of Adam and daughters of Adam are sinners. We are bound to committing sins. Imam Shafi, you, which Sheikh, which Mufti, all of us. But the best of the sinners is the one who returned to Allah and asked Allah for forgiveness. So that is the best, right? Who is the worst? I want to give you a scenario, then I take you to the worst and we end. Abdullah ibn Umar says that he heard سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول that a mu'min will be brought so closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will bring him so closer to him to the extent that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shelter him in his screen. Do you know where this is going? It is called Allah is going to have private conversation with you. So closer. Do you know what Allah is going to tell you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fayaqul, He will tell you, nobody is listening. No angels, no interpreters. It's you, a private conversation with Allah. Hadith is fi Sahih al-Bukhari. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then will say, Amilta kada wa kada. You committed such and such sin. Fayaqulu na'am. This person will tell Allah yes. Then Allah will repeat, Amilta kada wa kada. Remember you committed this and this sin. Nobody is listening. Fayaqulu na'am. You will say, yes, Allah, I committed it. Fayuqarriruhu. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him confess. Yes, Ya Allah, I did this, and I did this, and I did this. Do you know what Allah is going to tell him in that an-najwa, secret conversation? Do you know what Allah is going to tell him? Allah is going to tell him, فَإِنِّي سَتَرْتُ عَلَيْكَ فِي الدُّنْيَا. When you committed all those sins, I, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, definitely I was able to expose you, right? Can you hide from Allah? إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَخْفَى عَلَيْهِ شَيْءٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فِي السَّمَاءِ. Allah says that when you are committing all those sins, I was seeing you. But yet, I hid them. I concealed them for you in dunya. Nobody else knew about it. وَأَنَا أَغْفِرُهَا لَكَ الْيَوْمِ. And I, Allah, having known that you are committing all those sins, and I did not let anybody know, not your wife, not your dad, not your colleagues. Here is the promise. Nobody is hearing our conversation. I am promising that I'm forgiving all those sins today. Go to them. The question is, Ama nastahi min Allah? Don't we feel a little bit ashamed when we are committing sins, when we are not fulfilling the reason of our existence, when we are committing haram, doing haram, speaking haram, not worshipping Allah, not performing our salah, when our life is messed up? This is how Allah is prepared to treat you. How do you want to treat yourself? So now I'm coming to the worst. Who is the worst of all sinners? Hadith of Abu Hurairah. أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال. And many people find themselves in this category. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال كل أمتي معافا إلا المجاهرين. That all my ummah will be forgiven. كل أمتي, all my ummah will be forgiven إلا المجاهرين. الاستثناء, except those who commit sins publicly. Yani Allah yasturuk. Allah yastur alayk. Allah is concealing for you. You commit and He conceals. A person that people say, oh, he's the best person. MashaAllah, you don't know what he's doing. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can open your eyes to see what this person is doing. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saving His image. Everybody say, MashaAllah alayk. MashaAllah ala fulan. Wala nuzaki ala Allahi ala. We say that. Allah is concealing for this person. So Rasul said that the worst person that is not going to be forgiven is a person who commits sins publicly. Then Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْمُجَاهَرَةِ. And of people who falls under the category of committing sins publicly, who will not be forgiven by Allah, أَنْ يَعْمَلَ الرَّجُلُ بِاللَّيْلِ عَمَلًا. People are doing a lot of crazy things at night. At daytime, meet him at night. His clothes has changed. He can be a sheikh, and a sheikh, you never saw him with this cap. At night he has it. He can also be, he can be anybody. He can be anybody. People are different at night. Anyway, this person commits a sin at night. ثم يصبح قد ستره الله عليه. He committed zina. He was drunk at night. He smoked his stuffs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concealed for him. Nobody knew, right? ثم يصبح وقد ستره الله عليه. He wakes up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected and concealed and hidden whatever he did from people. فيقول, he comes to his friends the following day. فيقول يا فلان. You say, oh Muhammad, عملت البارحة كذا وكذا. Do you know what I did yesterday? You know how many bottles I drank of alcohol? It was from Paris, not from America. I know there are children here. He said, you know how many American women were, two were here, and I was still looking at another, the fifth one. They know me in America here. Yani, he said, you remember that deal, that fake deal? I hit that business. I hit him so bad. 200,000 was in my pocket. You praise how you stole from somebody. Yani, he is boastful of the sin that he committed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has concealed. Allah did not want people to know. Then you come out and you start saying, Ya Fulan, Amiltul Barihata kada wa kada. This person he is misbehaving like that, وَقَدْ سَتَرَهُ رَبُّهُ, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already concealed for him. So what is happening now? وَيُصْبِحُ يَكْشِفُ سِتْرَ اللَّهِ عَنْهُ. He wakes up and he is the one who is exposing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done. According to hadith, this is one of the worst people, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is concealing for him, yet he does not appreciate that. One of the scholars says, أَنَا الَّذِي أَغْلِقُ الْأَبْوَابَ مُجْتَهِدًا عَلَى الْمَعَاصِي وَعَيْنُ اللَّهِ تَنْظُرُ. It's me who is foolishly, I'm so ignorant. I lock myself in a room committing zina, doing wrong things, saying that who is seeing me? Nobody is seeing me. But he forgets that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is seeing him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to have haya. Al-haya. That we feel ashamed, we feel shy from disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khair subhanahu wa ta'ala.